What's going on, y'all? Grind Motivate back in this thing again, man, with another video. We got your boy Charleston White in the crosshairs with a coonologist interview, or a small excerpt from that particular interview. And he's talking about some hogwash here, which I don't really agree with. I mean, there may be some small points in there that he made, but for the most part, coonologist. We're just going to have to keep it real, man. Real coonologist, as Charleston White tends to be all the time, no matter what anybody says. This guy's not an activist. He's just a grifter to me. You know, he just says stuff for the heck of it. He kind of is a chameleon, depending on the situation. He's running around with Lil Woody one day, then talking about how people are bad for the neighborhood another day, and then another day he's talking about how bad W people are. Then another day he's talking about, yeah, they're your only allies now, which is what he's saying in this particular coonologist interview. But let's go ahead and see what he says, why he said it, what we think about it. Let's go.
As much as we don't want to believe this, the white man is our only ally in this world. The white American man is our only ally in this world, because he will unite with us under our constitutional rights to help save his country. He's our real brother.
I don't really believe that's an ally right there, man. If they're talking about constitutional rights and all this kind of stuff, I mean, wouldn't you be having a constitutional right to be repaired? You know, if somebody did something bad to you or somebody did something unjust to you, shouldn't there be some justice for that? And there are so many times where W people have not given us justice for situations we went through. Of course, you know, we had the whole situation with the reparations claim. Nobody's trying to do that. Nobody thinks, oh yeah, you were enslaved, dude. Yeah, you were enslaved, dude. You know, it just affected your family and all that. You know, redlining, everything else affected you. And you know, they like to blame it on the sombrerito people, even though they're the sombrerito people as well. And the only thing that they will fight for is something that would really help them. You know, like, you know, we see this in particular with Myron Gaines. Yeah, free speech, dude. Free speech, dude. Even though they've got enough free speech, you know, they're only willing to fight with somebody that's looks like us or similar to us because it's something that will help them. And then when they do get what they need, they're out of there. They're out of there like a dude that's just hit and quit. They're out of there. So I don't really agree with that right there. What do you guys think?
The white man taught us how to read, homie. The Mexicans didn't.
Yeah, after denying us for hundreds of years because they felt like if we were taught, we'd be too smart for them. And then it would be a bunch of uprisings and whatnot. Boy, you can't learn how to read, boy. You can't learn how to read, boy. And then what he said about the Mexicans, that don't even make no sense. Mexicans are speaking Spanish. And then at the same time, they're not here. But I guess you also are going to have your Mexican crowd that's going to come in here talking about some... The Mexicans were here, man. The Mexicans are the Native Americans, man. The Mexicans are the Native Americans. We were technically here before. Man, I don't want to hear all that, man. And I've heard that also was a lie. I think that's just a bunch of hogwash. That's one of them we was natives. We was natives homes type of deals. I don't know about all that, man. And then another thing, you guys got driven out by the U.S. And then another thing, you guys now just kowtow to the U.S. You guys actually want to be white. So, I mean, you know, there's no type of play for you guys at all. I mean, yeah, the Mexicans didn't teach us how to read, but there's nothing they could have did. And the Mexicans are full of hogwash when they talk about some, oh, yeah, we're supposed to be here. We were the natives here, man. Y'all got so many little things that go against that, make y'all look silly. Stop it.
The white man died with us, homie, to help us get out of slavery. The Chinese didn't.
This was actually an interesting point right here. And I'm kind of tired of, you know, coonologists and, you know, W people talking about some, oh yeah, we're the reason that you guys got out of slavery. We fought for you. No, that's not really what the war was about. The war was basically about the South was trying to secede rather. They were the powerhouse that made the U.S. the money man that it was. And then the northern states were basically like, if you take that away from us, we're gonna be brokies. You can't take that away from us. We need to be united. And then the South was like, oh, we want our own. And then so the U.S. was like, you can't take that from us. We're gonna come down and get you for it. And that's basically what it was, because if you really read up, Abraham Lincoln was like, yeah, I would have kept slavery, goddammit. I would have kept slavery. I would have kept it. But I guess they were like, yeah, burn the whole thing down. If you're not gonna stay with us the right way, then we're just gonna cut slavery out. But then another thing I did look up was that he talking about the Chinese was not fighting with us during the Civil War. I thought that was pretty funny, man, because I looked at what time the Civil War was, and I looked at what time that Chinese people actually got to America, and Chinese people actually were in America during the time of the Civil War. They just was over there, I guess, having their own fights and everything. But they were going through discrimination as well. But I guess, they didn't have no type of fighting them to do anything about it. So that was interesting to me. It was funny, but they definitely didn't fight with us. But I don't know. I guess it was a different time. I guess they had, matters that were more pertinent to their situation, like they were going through. But I guess you could say they're selfish at the same time. But who can really blame? Really, there's no allies for us at all, to be honest. But let's keep going.
The white man fought alongside the white Jewish man with Dr. King to help us get civil rights. The Mexican didn't, the Latin didn't, the Chinese didn't, the Cuban didn't. So he's really our only friend in the world.
Charleston is really dumb, to be honest. He's taking a few people and he's painting a broad brush for everybody else. We know, which is what coonologists tend to do towards black people, and people do towards other people when they are saying something bad about them. And I think it should also go into the case for saying something good. You can't just go ahead and blanket statement and say that, oh yeah, a bunch of these people is good, these people is good, these people is good. Nah, bro. No, just because one or two people were willing to lay down their life or whatever, or sacrifice whatever, doesn't mean the whole group of them is good and they're willing to join us and get right. Even with the Civil War, I'll say that, yeah, there were probably a few people that was like, yeah, this slavery thing ain't right, man. It ain't right. I love Bertha. There were a couple of them, but for the most part, it was just guys just fighting. We want to keep the country together because we don't want to be in a poorhouse. We want to be like one of these trash countries over there in Europe. That's how they were probably thinking. So, there's no allies at all. There's a couple allies. I think there probably were even maybe one or two Asian and Mexican people that was jumping in there. But we already know how the Mexicans were. They were like, let them fight their own battles. Let them fight their own battles. The general consensus of the Mexicans would let them fight their own battle. I think they had their own little civil rights crew or something like that, and they were like, let them fight their own battle. We don't want to fight for them. There was some old dude that was quoted saying that in some article or something, but let's get it.
Because as much as y'all want to believe, if y'all leave this country, nigga, they gonna kick you worse than your ass. You go somewhere. Go to Africa and watch how them Africans treat y'all. Nigga, go somewhere. Man, don't nobody like us but the white boy and his white woman. They our only real friend, my nigga. I swear to God. Homie, they our only real friend. That's why, homie, don't nobody else really fuck with us but white people. Everybody else use us for economical benefits.
Well, that is real. We go to these other countries, these African people won't treat us right. Obviously, Chinese and other Asian people won't treat us right. We go to some other, in India, like these South American countries, they wouldn't treat us right. But come on, Charleston. That goes doubly for the W's. Wanting to use us for economic empowerment. What are you talking about, man? Look at rap. Look at all these different commercials. Look at all these different times where they're like, why aren't you speaking up for us? Why aren't you speaking up for us? They want us to speak up for the situation so that way it can have some merit to it. Or even with this whole election thing right here, that the Democrats, Republicans, whatever, the Republicans don't really care as much, but the Democrats are W people mainly, and they're using us for economical gain. These people always want to get our votes. They've been getting our votes for 60 years. They've done nothing really for us since the civil rights situation. That was only probably because they feel like they had to, or something. There was probably something that was a reason why they did that. There wasn't out of the goodness of their heart. So yeah, I don't agree with that, man. They're if anything, the W people get, it goes doubly for them. They're trying to use it for economic gain in any particular place that they can. But yeah, man, that's it, man. What do you guys think about Charleston's Coontabulous rant? Was it real? Was it fake? If you watched to this point, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time.